Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to the episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super excited to come to you today with another fresh episode for your Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hitting them hot and heavy from the beginning. That was a fast intro. You proud of that one?
It was.
It was.
Nice and quick.
Man, welcome into another Marriage Monday. We are excited to be here with you. Excited to unpack a little bit of our week last week, talk through some things that we did, learned, went through, was a part of, and then talk ahead. We are 2 weeks away from baby, which is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a long way away, but it's really not. Like, I have 2 weeks to get the business operating in a good manner. I got to start. When it really set in was when we talked this week, and I was like, okay, well, I'm to the point now. Like, I've got to start looking at when I schedule estimates and things. Like, I got to get that week blocked off. Because we're getting to that point where we're going to be like leaking into that calendar. So it is here. It's right around the corner, and we're excited. So we are joined by our beautiful co-host today. Savannah, you're with us. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you excited?
Always.
Always. You happy? Ready to have a baby?
Yeah.
Ready to get him out?
Yep.
When would you say you reach the point of like, all right, let's get this thing over with?
Like 34 weeks.
So 4 weeks ago? A month ago?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just like, I feel like that's the point where you realize that you're so close, but you're so far.
Yeah, like it's really actually pretty close, but then you're like,
actually,
the
it's
amount of times
not.
I have to wake up and go to sleep between now and then.
Yes. Like I still even feel that way. Like the amount of times I have to wake up and go to sleep between now and then is still so many.
Too many.
Too many.
Yeah, we're excited. We had 36-week appointment, right? So debrief on that.
Yep, it was a good time. Just still
nothing changed.
Out. Nothing's really changed. And we'll be back there on Friday this week.
That's right.
To see if anything has changed in a week. Doubtful. But we're going to rock and roll with it.
Exactly. We're just going to see. We're going to take one day at a time. So everything's good with baby. Everything is rocking and rolling. And we have quite a few. I was counting today when we were in church. We have to have, in our group, 4 or 5 people that are pregnant.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And they're all very similar.
Yeah.
Within 5 or 10 weeks of each other.
There were 4 of us that were sitting right there that were pregnant.
Yeah.
And then I have a friend that is like 2 weeks ahead of me, so she's like any day now. So that makes 5.
Yeah.
And then 6, one girl wasn't there today. And there's a girl in our Wednesday group that also is.
Yeah.
We're not like super duper close with every single one of these people. But I'd say we're like pretty close with 4 of them, at least. Yeah.
Something's in the water.
I know. Crazy. It's this age. It's this stage of life.
Yeah. And what's crazy, it's going to be over in 5 years. Like,
I know.
Like we know it now, at least. Like, there'll still be some people having kids.
In 5 years, Jack will be 7.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be in elementary school.
Yeah.
So it's like, we'll probably be wrapping up that, because a lot of people not everybody, like, bangs them out back to back, So, could still be happening for some. You never know.
It's exciting. It's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be reproducing. We've got a lot to look forward to, right? The next generation, we've got a lot to do. We're in a big push right now. Our church is in a big push to kind of build the next generation, and what that looks like, we're putting a big emphasis on kind of middle schoolers right now and getting them a space to really grow into. They're bursting at the seams, and so it's exciting. It's all good stuff. Lots of big things coming, big changes coming. But what did we do Friday? We went to
the doctor.
We did go to the doctor, but we went to the Let's Talk thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes. I was still thinking that morning. I got my muffin. That was really good.
What muffin? Oh, Henry's?
Yeah, I rewarded myself for the news we got.
Yeah.
Which we haven't even talked about, but.
We can talk about it, and then we'll go into Let's Talk.
So, I think I've done this debrief several times, so I will very quickly get anybody up to speed that hasn't heard. My due date is April 1st, but my doctor is kind of transitioning out of the OB world. He's kind of like nearing retirement. So transitioning out of that, and will know as of March 30th, no longer be delivering babies. So he was at the beginning of my pregnancy. Actually, we found out about almost halfway through.
It was almost halfway, yeah.
About halfway through, he shared that news with us and was like, but, don't worry. Like, I still knowingly took you on as a patient because we can, bring you in about 39 weeks and it won't be an issue. I'll deliver you just like a week early and then I'll make my cutoff and we'll find. And I was kind of like, frick yeah, like any excuse to go early, let's go. Because I did not with Jack. I went over. And so that it's kind of always been a known thing that I was only going to go to 39 weeks. Well, calendar-wise, that's the last week of March. So that's just what I've been telling people. Like, it was actually March. My birthday is March 26th. So I'm a last week of March, baby. And
underline it, folks. Don't forget it.
I'm the 26th, which is a Wednesday this year. Mm-hmm. And we had just been talking and joking, like, and I am a birthday person. Like, I love, whatever. I like my birthday, whatever. But I like everybody's birthdays. Like, I love to make birthdays fun. Like, for Jeremiah, for Jack, for my friends. Like, I love celebrating birthdays. So, I'm not just saying this because, like, I like my birthday.
It's you. I will back that up. You do like it just across the board.
Yeah. Like, I just think they're so fun, and I just enjoy, like, I love that people have a day to feel celebrated for just being them. Anyways, so I have always joked, like, that I'm not sharing my birthday. Like, whatever we got to do, like, before or after, like.
And been pretty adamant about it.
Yeah, like, we're just joking because at this point, I'm like, there's no way. Like, the odds. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
So,
what are that? I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Is that crazier? Is that crazier odds than
marrying somebody with your birthday?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know the statistics on that.
I think it's got to be more few and far between.
Yeah, it has to be around the same.
To have a kid, like, what all goes into that? There's no way. There's no way. That's got to be more rare.
Because you could maybe I feel like it's not quite rare because people plan for due dates.
But not for the day.
Yeah, but like you can maneuver, and
I guess
there's a little more say so than like you're the person that I love and want to marry, and you have my birthday. Like,
maybe
no one marries somebody for that.
Maybe.
Anyways, so that has been the whole situation. We've joked the whole pregnancy, like, I'll do whatever I got to do, whatever. So we are talking with him at this appointment, and we are just trying to kind of figure out, like, because my doctor is very laid back about so many things.
Yeah.
And everyone kept asking me, like, before this 36 weeks, like, what day are you going to have? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, my doctor ain't going to tell me until, like, the week of. Like, he's going to want to see progression-wise and just, like, where my numbers, like, everything is.
He's done it for 50 years.
Yeah, he's done it for so long. He's going to want to see a lot more before he just, like, tells me a date to put on the calendar, But now that we have another child, it would be nice to, like, be able to plan a little bit if we have an idea of a time frame.
Yeah.
Just like for parents, like our parents watching them taking off work, things like that. Like, if we could know ballpark. So that's just kind of how we approached it. And I was like, do you have an idea, like a ballpark of, like, if it's going to be that week when you'd be able to do it? And he's like, yeah, let me look at my schedule. Like, I'll come back, whatever. So he comes back in the room and he goes, your birthday's the 26th. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, how do you feel about sharing a birthday cake for the rest of your life? And I just like, laughed, like looked at Jeremiah. And I just was, I truly don't really remember anything that was said after that. I was just kind of joking. Like I was so taken aback.
Zoned out, yeah.
Because I was like, what? Like, are you I think I literally, I didn't say this out loud, but I was like, is he joking? Like, is this a joke?
I'm being spoofed.
And yeah, like I'm being punked right now. And he basically, the long story is that he cannot take me before the Tuesday of that week because of just like me and how far along, whatever. And he's off on Tuesday and he's off on Thursday. And then Friday, like going into the weekend, he will no longer be delivering. So literally,
it's the only
physically, logistically, it is the only day that I can be induced.
Which I'm not really sure why, because he doesn't quit till the 31st and Friday's the 29th.
Friday's the 29th. He's no longer delivering on the 30th.
I thought it was the 31st.
No, he said 30th.
Okay, yeah. And then he just didn't want to work a weekend.
Yeah, and it just pushes it into the weekend.
Yeah.
And not that this has anything to do with it for him, per se, that we know of, but it might, because he's off, sounds like every other day that week.
Yeah.
It's spring break.
Yeah.
Did you know that this is our area spring break? I didn't know that. So, yeah. Literally Wednesday, the 26th
That's hilarious.
of March is the one day that if I'm going to be induced, it will happen on that day.
Make your plans and God laughs. I just gave
away our kid's birthday, but I'm trying to do all the things to get him to come earlier.
Yeah.
But if it happens, it happens. I'm not like,
I wanted to come early, but then there's the pride part of me that's like, no, I want to be his last. I want to be his last. Like that would be so cool.
Oh, Dr. John. Yeah. Our doctor, we're like, kind of probably going to be his last delivery.
We will be. If you go to term, you will be. There's no questions asked.
If I go to the 26th, yeah, probably. Because he won't be doing anything else because he's off. Yeah.
So
but anyways.
That would be crazy. That would be so cool. Like, etched in history. This dude's delivered thousands of babies in the Birmingham area.
I think they put a picture of Tate with him in the Birmingham Now, whatever.
Yeah.
Like on
that would be cool.
But yeah, no, he's great though, and I'm excited about him. I was just like, can we do Thursday? And he was like, no, I won't be here. And I was like,
it's so nonchalantly too.
And he was like,
sorry about it.
He has no chill either. Yeah. Like that's part of the reason that I like him so much. He has no F's to give. He's like, nope, won't be here.
He's done this so long. He's on his way out. He said, you're not changing my plans.
Jeremiah said something. He was like, are you ready? Like to be done. He was like, I'm counting down the days.
Yeah.
I was like, way to be real about it.
Yeah, I know.
I feel that in my soul. But anyways, there's the little update. So it wasn't like the most fun piece of news to receive because while we're joking about it being my birthday, I'm like, what little boy wants to share a birthday with their mom? Like, that is so lame, So maybe we should just, I haven't decided. Maybe
Savannah says she's going to change her birthday
I think I might just change my birthday to the 25th and I'll never tell him. And then he just won't know and then it won't be a big deal. But, yeah. So that's where we're at.
It's good. We just want a healthy baby. It's all that matters.
Totally. I was like so first world, like upset about it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just want him to be here and I want him to be healthy. And I'm thankful that like everything looks fine right now. Like he's in the right position he's supposed to be in. Like all of my numbers have looked good. He's fine. It all is well. It's just going to be a story to tell in 20 years.
It will. I'll never forget. I would never forget the look on your face when he said that.
Yeah.
So that was Friday morning. Friday night.
Yep.
Friday night, I went to an event at the church, and we go back and forth on this show. It's a lot of entertainment. It's a lot of laughs. The conversations me and Savannah have on here are like, it's weird because we just get flowing and we get to cracking up and have a good time and. A lot of, we try to talk through some value-oriented things a good bit of the time, and then sometimes we're just cutting up. But I do want to dive into a little bit of value-oriented family things, especially as we approach, like, having another son, growing our family, trying to make impact in you guys' lives as we grow, as we build our business, share that stuff with you here and on socials. Like, I want you to know why we're doing it, like why we're building the family that we're building. And we went to an event at the church on Friday night with our pastor and his wife, and there was probably, what would you say, 150 people there?
Yeah,
somewhere there, 150 people there.
Yeah.
Of just other young couples, husbands, wives, have young kids, middle-aged kids, and they're just trying to grow their families, right? They're just trying to invest in the home, and it's the number one thing that the devil's going to try to attack. And we talk about that. We've shared that, like our faith journey and what that looks like. And it's 100% what the devil's going to go after. It's between, how can he get between you and your spouse, between you and your kids, get your kids and one spouse on the same side, and then go against the other spouse. Like, he's going to do everything he can to tear apart. And so we went and just talked and really just walked through a lot of good questions, a lot of good feedback from questions that were asked from the audience. And one of the best things we talked about that night was how the pastor's wife was sharing about how she always tried to build their home as a haven and a true safe space. And I think that as we grow, like, the world that our kids are going to grow up in it's totally different than what we grew up in. Mm-hmm. It's not even the same. Like, we were on the breaking edge of technology, the breaking edge of social media, smartphones, devices, Xboxes, like all of the worldwide, like talking to people across the world at any time of day, however you wanted to, seeing whatever you wanted to, searching whatever you wanted to at the press of a button, right? And so we were on the breaking edge of that, and it was figuring that out. It was our parents were learning, like, what even is this, right? They learned with us. But now, like, when our kids grow up, it is mainstream, just trash pushed into the home, like trying to tear your kids down. And as we grow and have kids, the safe space is a great way for us to look at it and for us to sit on the same page and say, this is where we want to go, is at all times we're a safe space for our kids to come talk to us, our kids to share whatever they feel like they're going through, whatever's going on in their school class, their class, friends parties, whatever, like things that they run into, they can come talk to us. And also, like, if there's ever a moment where there's another kid that feels unsafe or out of place or whatever, they can come into our home and feel like they're in a safe place as well. And I think that as we grow, by adding Tate in here and then adding another kid eventually, that's one of my biggest things, is I want to make sure that we are doing what we can to welcome in people that aren't in as good of a spot as we are.
Yeah.
Right? And kids aren't brought up in the same way.
Yeah. She kind of made the joke about how, you want probably everybody in this room wants their house to be the hangout house.
Oh yeah.
And that's obviously true, right? I mean, 9 times out of 10, I would say most parents would love for their house to be the house that everybody wants to come hang out at.
Yeah.
You joke and you're like, I don't know if I want a bunch of teenagers at my house all the time. I truly do think most parents genuinely feel that way because, it allows you to know if you know where your kid is, you know what's happening, and it's under your roof, so you have some say in that. And B, it allows you to get to know the people in their life.
Yeah, you know who they're hanging out with.
Who they're hanging out with. So I think that she talked about the intentionality behind that and how that's an effort. You have to work at that. That doesn't always just naturally happen. At creating that space in your home where not only do your kids feel good about having friends over and feeling like it's a safe place, but other kids want to be there too.
Yeah.
And so she put that spin on it. But I think what I kind of took away from it, I guess from my perspective, was her talking about how much she made that effort for her husband and for her kids, because she stayed at home a good bit, but she worked as well off and on. So I think as kids get a little bit older and they're at school, and if I stay at home or work, whatever, but especially if have the opportunity to still be at home, like I'm essentially sending my kids out and my husband out every day into
the world.
And as, manager of the homemaker, whatever, however you want to frame that, like that is a large part of my responsibility and calling as a wife and a mom to kind of help facilitate that environment and have a home and a space that my kids and my husband are like relieved to walk in the door to, And so I think that's just such a different spin than we put on it, because a lot of times we feel just like this pressure to have like a perfect house and whatever, but it's not necessarily about having the perfect house. It's just the way that you carry yourself and the environment that you facilitate in your home does like translate.
1,000,000%. Like we should come in from the world and feel like at peace in your home, whether your home's a single wide trailer or a 5,000 square foot mansion.
And that doesn't always mean like the house is pristine and like there's not laundry to be folded. And,
there's value in that, right? There's value in that. Walking in and not feeling like it's
a tornado totally went off every single day.
Correct. But that's not what makes it.
Because so in total transparency, he said that like he was talking about how like he because I don't know how many you have experience in this, but the general public, as a general rule, most people don't have the experience in growing up in a pastor's home.
Mm-hmm.
So he talked about like how sometimes he would come home just like totally emotionally, mentally, spiritually wiped from
dealing with people. Yeah.
Because not only, I mean, you deal with people, everyone deals with people, but like to the level and the extent and the.
Well, you in a pastoral role like that of a large church,
yes,
you deal with people at the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Like,
yes,
you see both ends of the spectrum,
and the way that you're expected and that you do care for and take on people's burdens is,
and also so take that right, that added pressure. And then also add into that is like you live in a fishbowl.
Yeah,
everywhere you go.
He talked about that too.
Everywhere you go, everything you do is always looked at on a different level.
And he talked about that too. Like he felt like he didn't feel like he did live in a fishbowl. Anytime he acted any sort of way in a restaurant, in the grocery store, at the gas station, like everybody knows, especially when you're in a small town, a small southern town
with a big church
at the First Baptist Church. Yeah. Like everyone knows who you are. And so he talked about how having his home as a haven was like his safe place. Like he could come home and be at peace,
himself,
and so, but he had made a comment about coming home to not tripping over Legos and something else. And just like, Lynn, the pastor's wife, made that a priority or something about like he came home.
He essentially said that was very common. He'd come home. Usually, what happened? There would be times where there was a tornado that went off. Right?
Yeah, but usually he came home to like a pretty clean house.
He came home to pick up house because that was part of her loving him. Right? That's part of her serving him. And
yes, but what I was going with that was initially that rubbed me the wrong way, because I was like, so the house has to be perfect and cleaned up for you to feel like you're content coming home. Yeah, because it was just like and that was like such a worldly. I realized what the world says and the influence that they have on my mindset is, and that's just like, you're doing your best. Anything you're able to do is good enough.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Because
that's some self-help crap.
That's exactly what it is. Is like, if all you do is get through the day and brush your teeth and have your kids fed, then that's good enough.
Then you're making it, yeah.
And like, this is the unpopular opinion that's not always the case.
That's the opposite end of the spectrum. That's got to be mixed in. You got to have, like, that has to be.
I'm in no way saying that there are not days that happens. Like, you don't walk in and it's crazy, and I'm in pajamas or whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that as a general rule, like, that isn't healthy for you or your kids or your husband. So
it's a very easy source of resentment to start building, right? Yeah. Because I'm not in a space where I want to come out and be like, clean up, right? Yeah. Like you just sit here all day with Jack. What do you clean up, right? And that's what some people are going to think that you're out on the mower all day, 95 degrees in the summer. You come home and the house is a wreck. You're going to be like, what'd you do all day, right? Like, this is all you do. Yeah. That's what's like your human flesh is going to put into your brain.
He said that, and I immediately jumped to the defense.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me? Like, what do you mean?
But he said that from a place of not human flesh, from a place of like, it made his soul like at peace, being able to come in.
Well, it was honesty, but it was also like at some point, we as moms also have to know that, like, I don't know. I'm struggling with how to put this into words. I've read several books that have really changed my perspective on a lot of things, but like sometimes like us doing that isn't our best and we know it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it is. Like just brushing your teeth and getting food on the table for your kids is your best. Sometimes it's not, and we just say that it is. Yeah. Because we use it as an excuse. And so
unpopular opinion, but it's true.
Yeah. And so I really had to
and the same goes to guys for that case, right? Like that, I could say the same thing.
So when he said that, I really had to like consciously take a step back and like take down that wall that had immediately gone up of like, well, I would love to know how many
flags went up in women's head. If it went up in yours like that.
It just immediately put me on guard of like, well, that's kind of rude that like you are going to like so openly say that it was so much nicer for you to come home and there not be toys on the floor. Like, that's pretty bold of you to like say that makes that much of a difference when, you know, because the reality is I probably have picked up those Legos about 1,700 times today. So I'm not really trying to like really get stuck and caught up on that. But he did say, he was like, there are times that you walk in and the house is covered in blankets and toys because they've built forts, and that is a different kind of peace, right? Yeah. Because while the house isn't clean, I feel like if you're able to reframe your thoughts walking in the door, you can know and see and feel peace, like that your kids are loved and played with and taken care of. It's been lived in, and your house has been lived in, and your kids have been cared for by your wife, you know? So I see that both ways. I think it was just the initial, like, what do you mean? You know? But I appreciated that because it really did make me stop to think about that and, you know, how I have listened to what the world says about just how getting through the day is all you need to do. And not like taking advantage and like being intentional with the hours that you have in the day. Because so often as moms, especially in this stage of life, and I'm not going to lie, like this time and this season has been harder for me. Just, I have struggled to go back and forth with wishing it away. I'm ready for Tate to be here. I'm ready to not be pregnant, but I'm not ready for Jack, you know, like
you got a little bit of an excuse.
Yeah,
you got a little bit of an excuse.
So I've struggled with like just trying to get through the day.
Yeah, but and that's totally fine. No one expects more of that.
But often that happens when, you know, I'm not pregnant. Like, right, we're just trying to get through this because Jack is in a, you know, a trying stage or whatever. We've learned something that we're trying to work through and get through, and the days are long like that. That's just the reality of the situation. But that's not, for lack of a better term, it's not what I'm like called to. That's not how I am supposed to live, and that's not where my mind should be. It's just like trying to get to bedtime. Yeah, you know, like there's so much more to life if we can change our perspective in our intentions and our goals than just to get to bedtime or get to nap time, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%. And there's a lot of validity to everything said there. You have an excuse to some extent being this pregnant with Jack, like Jack's a fireball. Any toddler's a fireball, right? Like, you just running wide open. And so I don't ever expect anything more than that. I mean, again, you make it through the day with him and get food on the table, you're rocking and rolling. But I don't
always get food on the table.
Yeah, some days. The safe place, though, like, that really helped to me. Like, and we also worked through this life tree. And
yeah, well, I did.
I made mine.
Yeah.
You didn't even see it. What are you talking about?
You just threw some stuff on there while I was talking.
That's so not true.
A little bit true.
All right, I'm Xing you out.
Okay.
See you later. We made life trees, and the base of the tree, the trunk of the tree was, what is your purpose, right? Like, what are you, you're here to do what? You're here to serve who? What are you doing? And there's a bunch of different branches off that, right? And so you got your main branches, your family, your spouse, your career, like whatever that is. And then you start doing subcategories off of that, right? Family, and you list all your kids and your wife, and then your career and your sub points of that, where you're trying to go, what are you trying to do? And working this stuff out and seeing it all on paper is actually nice. And one of the things that stuck out to me the most, and we've never even talked about this, but like, I want us to build a family so good that like if we got to the point and our kids were 15 or 16 and they brought home a friend that didn't have a life, like, they're coming to live with us. Like, that's the kind of family that I want. Like,
yeah, just open,
they feel so
accepted.
They feel so safe and so accepted that, like, they're not getting the love they need somewhere else. They're not in a good situation. They have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And that starts now, though. Like, that starts raising Jack on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
Like, raising him up in church, raising him up believing things that we know he needs to believe in, and instilling good morals in him as well, right? Like, loving people and not judging people for what they look like or what they don't look like or what they say or do, right? Like, there's differences in that, and it's going to be a little bit different, right? There's going to be some different things that we do than what our parents did with us.
Yeah.
And in good ways, right? Like, in good growth ways. Nothing that our parents were bad.
Well, there's just some, like, practical differences in the time.
The time, yeah, exactly. And where our kids are going to be raised, what literally, like, geographic location they're going to be raised in. So, as we grow and as you guys, as you have kids, just think on those things, like, day to day. Your toddler may be crazy, maybe tearing the house down, or you may have a 6-month-old and they're not sleeping through the night. Like, they will sleep, right? Take that time for what it's worth. Take the time, enjoy them while they're tiny. We just had that conversation tonight. Like, guys, when Tate comes out, see you later. You're not going to see my face for a while, because I just want to soak up that time so much. And because I know I'll sleep again, right? Like,
yeah, it's so fleeting.
It will happen. It will happen. But he's only going to be that small. He's only going to be a day old for a day, right? And he's only going to be that small for a month. Like, yeah, from the time they're born to a month old, it's a totally different kid. And so we're going to really focus on that. And you focus on raising yours the way that the Bible says to raise them, and get plugged into your local community church and into sometimes small groups. You hear us reference our small groups all the time. Yeah. Because it's part of our operating system at home, right? We talk about operating systems in our business, Leanscaper, LMN, these methods that we follow, and we just, like, we live or die by them. Like, have an operating system for your family, and that is the local church, a small group, the Bible. Like, put that stuff in your daily life, and you don't live life without it.
Yeah. It just allows you to have people pouring into you.
Yeah.
And holding you accountable in ways, and really investing in you and your growth. And like,
this is all good now. Like, the people we're around now is great for this time of life. It's going to be so much sweeter when our kids are 10, 12, 15.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like,
it's gonna be
that's
so
when
cool.
it's going to really start to hit in and set home. Like, set in and hit home.
Are you okay?
Like, those are the people that are going to help you through the trying times.
Yeah. Well, and we just made those jokes about, like, you want, your home to be the hangout home, but, like, you get your kids around enough good people and you yourself and your family around enough other good families and friends that, like, even if your house isn't the hangout house every single weekend, like, where your kids are.
Yeah.
And you trust and know.
And they rotate around.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it was really good. And I feel like we just got some really valuable.
Yeah, that was a small sliver of it.
Family. They talked about marriage and family because they've been married for
39 years.
39 years. Yeah. I was like, the fact, this threw me so hard. They had been married for 12 years when I was born.
Yeah. We've only been married for 5. She was so funny.
Yeah, I know. She was talking about how, like, another, kind of what we were talking about was community and small group, but really the importance of finding somebody that's, like, 5 to 7 years ahead of you, really, to,
Yeah.
Why'd you look like that?
More 3 to 5, but yeah.
Maybe 3 to 5. I don't know. Right, about 5 years ahead of you to just be able to be like, what is this? Like, am I reacting to this? Do I need to
3 to 5 years older than the stage of life you're in. Kids that are older than you, not you.
Yes, not older than you. Like, if your kids are in preschool, their kids are in elementary school.
Yeah.
If you're in elementary, their kids are in middle school. Just because they've so recently gone through it, but have some wisdom on it.
They're far enough removed from it to be out of it, but they're close enough removed to it. Or
to still be relevant to what's going on. Because she was basically saying, like, do not come ask us how to deal with, like, technology.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out on that one.
She was like, we have no idea. Like, our kids are in their 30s. So she was like,
wasn't a thing.
That's not a problem that we have dealt with recently. So, like, we're not going to be able to give you advice on that.
Yeah.
And I just appreciated the honesty, too, because it was, like, so often, especially, like, pastors and a lot of people would try to act like they can tell you.
Which is, I haven't really thought about it like this after that, but, like, that should set a lot of, don't tell your parents, don't play this for your parents, but, like, that should set a tone for a lot of grandparents, too, right? Like, the way, in the stage that we're in right now, like, the difference in how they raised us versus how we're raising our kids.
Yeah.
In what we're dealing, in what those kids are dealing with.
Yeah, it was just like, I just appreciated her transparency and being like, don't ask me those questions because, like, I don't have an applicable.
And it's not to say, they would give you wise answers, right?
Oh yeah, she wasn't literally like, answers. I don't want to hear about
our parents, your parents, whoever's listening's parents would give you wise answers, right? They're gonna lead you in wisdom. But the like actual
super practical,
practical steps, the day-to-day ins and outs of it, like,
that's what she was saying.
They don't know.
She was just saying, like, find somebody who you trust, who know that they're seeking, like, God's direction in the same way that you kind of want to lead and raise your kids, like.
And you should be working on this.
Been through it, yeah.
You should be working on this now. Like, that's the thing. If you want this for your family one day, you have to work on it now, and it's not easy.
What, putting yourself around those people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it takes effort. And there are things that we do to be around these people that are not convenient. It's actually quite the opposite of convenient, right? To be in a community that is very close-knit. And it is, now you enjoy it and you enjoy hanging out and you enjoy the fellowship, but there's times where you're like, can we just sit here and have the three of us, right? Like, that's just part of it. But we're building and we're investing into our future. And, like, you may not have a place to go, right? You may not have a church you're plugged into. Get out there on a Sunday morning or a Wednesday night and go find a church to get plugged into. Go find a group within the church, right? Get there an extra hour early. Go to a church. Go to another small group on another night. All right? However you guys do it, right? Go do that and invest the time. And maybe it means you're cutting something out. Like, I grew up going Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night church, right? But when we graduated and moved on to where we are now, we didn't have kids. We would go to church Sunday morning. That was it for the first couple of years of our marriage.
Yeah, we got pretty lax about that.
And, like, I was playing basketball Monday and Wednesday nights, like, every week. Like, I was playing basketball every Wednesday night.
Yeah,
and it was fun. We had great guys, great community there. But then we had Jack, and we started getting more, like, saw that, like, how we want to raise him and where we want him to be around, and other people in our church and what their kids are doing on Wednesday nights. And I had to give up basketball on Wednesday nights. Like, it's not always fun. Yeah. Right? It's not always fun and convenient, but it's just part of it.
Well, it's also the reality of, like, I mean, you give up your Sundays too,
Yeah.
Sunday mornings.
Yeah, I mean, we're so used to it and ingrained. Like, we were raised in it. But, if you've never been raised in it.
It's so cultural here.
If you're not raised in it, then, you're talking about giving up a whole
weekend day.
It's a whole day,
a half day, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole day. And so, it is crazy, but I'm telling you, you will be very, very glad you did if you do it. If you do it for the right reasons and you go into it truly searching to find better community and better ways to live, like you're going to find it. So we held you for 40 minutes. I don't want to sit here and ramble too long. It was good. Life is good. We're in a good spot. A lot of good things happening. We're, again, 2 weeks from baby, 1 week from spring rush. We're in the dead middle of it. We're about to start mowing grass. Chaos is about to ensue. So don't kill us. If we miss a Marriage Monday, don't leave us and not come back. We may miss one here too between now and the next 6 weeks, but we're going to do our best to keep them coming right at you and bring some good content. At least, if nothing else, some fun times, some good laughs. Maybe we'll record a show in the hospital. Should we do that?
Oh, my gosh. I think no.
That'd be fun.
I don't think I feel like this is
we should go listen to
in the room.
We should go listen to the episode before we went in for Jack.
Yeah.
See what we talked about. Somebody go find that show and send it to me. That was a long time ago.
It was forever ago.
Oh, my goodness. Guys, thank you for tuning in. It was a joy and an honor to come to you. If we can ever help you, reach out and let us know. We appreciate you. We care about you. Seriously, we could not do this show without you. Your support's what keeps it going, and so we thank you for it. If you want to sign up with LMN, reach out, use code Jeremiah, get some huge savings down in the onboard process. The Landscaping Bookkeeper, it's tax season. You need a bookkeeper going into the new year. Tell them we sent you to the landscapingbookkeeper.com and get a call with them. But we're excited. We've got a fresh new year ahead, and we're going to hit it head on, just like I know many, many of you are. So, without any further ado, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to chatting up with everybody here on the next one.